Hello Pisces, welcome to this reading. We are going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Pisces for the rest of August. Now do keep in mind, this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Pisces, let's go ahead and see what we have going on for you here during this mid-month updates for August. We'll go ahead and get all of the cards out here, get everything set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it for you. All right. All right, Pisces. Definitely liking what I'm seeing here. Okay. All right, I think this is looking just about good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you do have the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is really a card that it's an incredible card, one of my favorite cards in the tarot, maybe my favorite. You know, this may suggest that during this period of time between now and the end of August, some of you are, feeling like you have some new wind under you to initiate something or to light some type of fire or to start something, particularly in the areas of business and career. You know, the Ace of Wands is a huge card for your career. It's a huge card for starting a business, starting a side hustle, doing something extra, and really feeling like you have a spark to create something. This can also refer to your passions, your talents, your hobbies, your interests in life here as well. So, wow, you have an absolutely incredible spread here of cards. And we start off here with the Ace of Wands, and then as well move into the Ace of Pentacles as the first two cards. Now, I want to say that the universe is also kind of trying to bless you with something here with the Wheel of Fortune and these double aces, okay? So I think some of you going into this reading here, you're kind of wanting some fresh energy. You're wanting to experience some new things. And what I will say is, I've been saying this to everybody, you know, this period of time between now and the end of August, we sort of have like basically we have like clear skies, so to speak, in the astrology. The retrogrades behind us. We don't have any, there are no like major astrological events for the rest of the month. We do have the, excuse me, we do have the second series of eclipses that is right around the corner. It's happening at the beginning of September, but otherwise it's pretty clear, you know, and I'm feeling like this is a perfect pocket in the year to sort of like really, plant a seed, start something. And you are definitely in this position here to start off with double aces. So many people have been getting aces, but for you in the middle, in addition to the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles here, this is that seed energy. It is the ability to plant a seed and to see something grow in a big way here. And for you, this could grow into something like the Nine of Pentacles, which is this idea of financial independence. You know, Ace of Pentacles, it can suggest that the universe is kind of trying to bless you with some sort of new financial opportunity, or there may be some sort of like, in this case, this idea of like planting a seed, I think is probably connected to business in some way. I think there are some entrepreneurs that are watching me. I think that this new seed could also be around, making some money in new ways here, as well as you have the Nine of Pentacles. And what I would also say is this could also suggest like the Ace of Pentacles is associated with formal documents, so signing off on something. Some of you may be signing on the dotted line during this period of time. That could be, a mortgage, which actually would not surprise me as you have a real estate card here from my perspective as well. It could be signing off on some new goal that you may have as well, that you're just kind of personally signing off on and saying, okay, I'm going to achieve this goal. You know, this could also be getting into school or university or starting a new course of study in whatever way that is for you. maybe even you might even be making a purchase here as well with the like some other type of purchase outside of something like a real estate transaction or a car or something like this. You could be making like a purchase of supplies or something like that to start a business with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. Something here that is supporting your growth, that is allowing you to sort of be a little bit more prosperous here as you look at the rest of this month. I love this for you. In the first column, you have the 10 of Cups, you have the 6 of Cups, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so the 10 of Cups, it is sort of like this idea of overwhelming happiness, in the tarot. The 10 of Cups, it's sort of like a perfect moment. You can see here that the family, they're in this sort of meadow or the field or whatever, and they've got their arms out, the kids are dancing, they have this beautiful family, they own the house in the background. It's this sort of like moment of pure bliss that everybody has an opportunity to experience, regardless of like whether you have a family or are interested in starting a family. The idea is that it's this moment of pure bliss that you can have in whatever capacity that is in your life. And the house, for me, this is a real estate card because for many people, purchasing a home is like one of the happiest moments of their life, or one of the greatest achievements in life. It's one of the big dreams that that people have. And so you may be kind of trying to plant that seed for yourself as well, and maybe looking at real estate in some way, or even like, if you're not interested in purchasing, like a new place to live, a new space for yourself. But some of you could have this like windfall of happiness, so to speak, with this 10 of Cups. It'll probably be around something new here, as you have double aces to start off. Again, there's like a real ability here for you to get started on something. And with the 6 of Cups here, you've maybe had this idea for a long time. The 6 of Cups, it can refer to the past. It can be something that you've thought about doing for a while, and that's now coming back around, that this 6 of Cups is here and influencing the situation. The 6 of Cups may also refer to the family unit as well, or the family that you were born into, the homeland, the motherland, and even patterns from your past as well that some of you are still carrying with you. But for me, it feels like there's been, out of all of those sorts of things with the 6 of Cups, I think for most of you, it's about something that you've always thought of doing or dreamed of doing, or maybe you've had this goal or vision or dream for a while here. Finally, you have the Wheel of Fortune, which, this is the universe trying to bless you with a window of opportunity here. The Wheel of Fortune is not forever. The Wheel of Fortune will always continue spinning. That's the idea of the card. It says that some opportunities are, come and go. There are some opportunities that will not be around forever. And so it's up to you on whether you want to take advantage of the situation that you have. This would suggest that there's a destined opportunity. For example, like when I bought my first home, like there were just things that aligned for me. Like there were just so many random things that, like, it was just a very serendipitous opportunity for me. And you can kind of get that vibe here with the Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Cups, where, had I not taken advantage of that opportunity, I'm not sure I would have ever owned a home, in my life, or had that experience, or had that opportunity to. And sometimes the universe just sort of gifts you with, a perfect situation, or a destined or a fated opportunity. I feel like that's kind of aligning for you, or stacking up for you here, perhaps during this pocket of time here that we have left in August, and maybe in the weeks that follow as well. In the middle, you have the 10 of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the 9 of Pentacles here, Pisces. So the 10 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, if I didn't say Wands. Anyway, 10 of Wands here next to the 10 of Cups. Definitely, we have double 10s and double aces, right? So usually when that happens, it's sort of like as one door closes, another door opens type of energy, because 10s can be completions, aces are new beginnings or fresh starts, or the start of something new. 10 of Wands is nice because not only is it a completion, but it sort of is the removal of a burden that you've been carrying for a long time. Like so many people have been getting this 10 of Wands, like during this set of readings that I've done here, it seems like people are ready to shed the burden at this time, and I think for you, this could be the case. So maybe, you know, maybe this is about profit taking for you, like maybe it is selling a home or selling an asset or selling something with that Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles can sometimes indicate profit taking in the tarot, depending on like the cards that are with it. Maybe there's something that is a burden that you're carrying. That's not financial advice, by the way. I'm not a financial advisor, cannot give financial advice, but it's something like this that could be on the table for you. But there's maybe is some like burden here that you've been carrying for a while, and you're now sort of able to shed that. You're able to kind of let that go in whatever way that looks for you. But this is a positive shedding of a burden, right? This is something that is coming with maybe even some reward here, as well as you have like so many pentacles. What a great reading. This is one of the better readings I've done for you in a while so far. We'll see what the clarifications look like. But finally, the cherry on the top here in this first two columns is the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is financial independence, and maybe that is the seed that you're planting, in your situation. And if you're not there yet, whatever fated or destined aligned opportunity here that's showing up with that Wheel of Fortune, it could lead to that if you're not in that space yet. In the final column, you do have the King of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. So I very much feel like High Priestess is Pisces energy, it's Piscean energy. It's also moon energy, right? But the High Priestess, this could be you here, okay? And you receiving a message or an opportunity with the Page of Pentacles. The pages are the messengers. This is another card that's almost everyone has gotten. Ten of Wands, Page of Pentacles. These are the cards of the set that I've done here so far. But it may mean that you are receiving some opportunity here. Page of Pentacles, you can talk about learning. This is the academic of the tarot, the Page of Pentacles. So some of you may be like really undergoing a new course of study, whether that's formally at a university or even just like a course, that you find with an expert. Let's say you want to learn how to do astrology. Maybe you take a course from an expert in astrology, or whatever the case may be. Some of you, there may be an opportunity here to learn in some way as well. It can indicate like bonuses for some as well. It depends on kind of like where you're at in your situation. But with that Nine of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune, yeah, there could definitely be a nice alignment that's going on for you here. Finally, the other thing I would say is with that High Priestess, this can really ask you to trust your intuition, especially with the High Priestess and the King of Cups. King of Cups is a deeply intuitive person as well. Look for like, I would say be on the lookout for like some spiritual signs, the High Priestess is a card that also indicates spirituality, hidden knowledge, spiritual knowledge, secrets as well could come out with the High Priestess. But the King of Cups is another person that may be highly intuitive, or even at the very least have a high emotional intelligence as well. So you know what, let's go ahead and let's move into the clarifications portion of this reading here for you, Pisces. I'll start off by pulling some oracle cards, and then we'll move into the tarot cards as well. All right. Let's see what we have here. All right. Energy on the bottom, you have Metatron, heaven to earth. Your current situation is in alignment with your mission on Earth. The way that I take that card is that you are on the right path, okay? You are on the right path. That's a very spiritual way of saying that. This card, your current situation is in alignment with your mission on Earth. That's kind of like a very spiritual way of saying it. But for me, it says that you're on the right path. The steps and the actions that you're taking here seem to be really supporting you and where your soul wants you to go, where the universe wants you to go. These sorts of things could be very much happening here, especially with this beautiful set of cards that you've pulled so far. You then have Michael, spiritual acceleration. You are experiencing spiritual upgrades, move forward. Then you have a card that makes a lot of sense, Uriel, learning experience. Take time to review, study, and hone your knowledge before proceeding further. Okay, this makes sense. I do see some sort of like learning timeline available for people. If you're looking to like upgrade your knowledge or skills here, this could certainly be on the table for you. You then have Amethyst, Metamorphosis. You are in a vortex of deep transformation. Surrender to the process that's unfolding. As well as Hanuel, Embraced by Love. Let love reach where it has never reached before. Okay, so I always like that one for like self-love as well in this deck. But let's take a look at the last one. You have Ariel, Sacred Activist. Protect what is right and just. Let love lead the way. Let love lead the way. There's something about letting love lead the way here with Hanuel, this idea of embraced by love. And, some of you just may take a step back during this period of time and say to yourself, wow, like, I am so grateful where I am. I am so grateful to be in this moment, to be here, to be now. I accept and I receive all of the opportunities that are in front of me. So why don't we go ahead and let's move into the tarot clarifications here. Now, Pisces, as always, I really do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. And I do hope things are going well for you. All right. Let's see what we have. All right, I'll go ahead and split the deck here, and then we'll get into the tarot clarifications. All right, you have the Knight of Cups. You have the Eight of Cups, and you have the Four of Cups here. All right, Knight of Cups, Eight of Cups, and the Four of Cups. With the Knight of Cups and the Ten of Cups, I want to see the Empress here, but that could be a fertility sign. This is another message that's been coming forward for some people. There may be news on the way, but if that's not part of your story or your timeline, maybe it's your children, but that are having that timeline. But if that's also not it, for the singles out there, there could be like a really nice connection to somebody that's coming forward. There's definitely love available here. Okay, most of these cards have been business, career, money, these sorts of things, but the universe kind of aligns us or assigns us people for a reason. And, sometimes we can meet people in serendipitous ways, with the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Cups and the Ten of Cups. I really feel like the best way to meet people right now is absolutely not using things like dating apps, but rather just kind of doing the things that you love to do, joining a group, going to the gym, traveling, whatever it is, like doing the things that you love to do will naturally align you to new people. And, you'll be surprised at the people you meet along the way if you just simply do what you want to be doing. So you have the Eight of Cups here with the Six of Cups. Eight of Cups, it can represent walking away from a disappointing situation. There may be something from the past here that you've let go of, and this has now sort of opened up this new beginning or this new start here, and even it's created a path for you to release this burden here with the Ten of Wands as well. You then have the Four of Cups. Okay, this is wow, this is quite a combination, and it seems these cards seem to come together frequently in my readings. The problem is I always am very careful to say that the Wheel of Fortune does not indicate certainty, okay? The Wheel of Fortune, it's a moment. It's an opportunity that is not here forever. And it's fated, it's destined, but it's not here forever, and it's easy to miss. And the thing is that the Four of Cups person is missing that opportunity, okay? At least in the moment, because here's this destined opportunity, the universe handing them a cup. They're not taking it. Be very careful that you do not miss out on all the blessings that are available to you at this time, okay? As you look at between now and the end of the month, there could be a real opportunity here for you. Let's see what else we have. We have another Knight here. Knight of Wands. Ace of Cups. Wow, we have, 3 aces? And the Four of Pentacles. All right, Ace of Cups clarifying the Ace of Pentacles. Well, I was looking for that Ace of Cups for sure. Or the Two of Cups. But yeah, with the Knight of Cups, Ten of Cups, Ace of Cups, love is available for sure if this is something that you're open to. But again, it's going to be coming around you doing things that are of interest to you, and even I think initiating this new beginning here with triple aces, which is rare. It doesn't happen all the time. Okay, if you get 4, that's even more uncommon. But 3 aces is it's a triple confirmation, we could say, of this idea that it's time to go. It's time to start. It's time to plant the seed. You know, if you're interested in finding a relationship, maybe you do put yourself out there in some way. You know, I've explained what I think is the best, but maybe you don't agree with that. Maybe you do like the dating apps. Okay, great. But maybe it is time for you to go out there and, put yourself out there in some way. But for many people, I think this is something else here. This is around this idea of like new love begins, and you may find a love, or you may find a lot of love in the process of starting a business, of a new career, of building something for yourself in your life, like even creating financial independence with the 9 of Pentacles here. Yeah, this you could fall in love with this process here at this time, based on this reading. Knight of Wands, you may be moving, okay? Some of you may be moving here, for sure. This could also be somebody that is really adventurous as well, and likes to explore like foreign lands, or just do something that is different to them, in a certain way. Taking a risk, The Knight of Wands can really be about taking a risk in life. And, who knows if it'll pay off, right? But if you don't take the risk, you'll never know, all right? The 4 of Pentacles with the 9 of Pentacles is, I think, also very good, because the 4 of Pentacles, it may mean that you're a little bit financially conservative, or you're conservative with your money. You don't like to spend frivolously, which I don't think is a bad thing. It can be a little restricting in that this person is so risk averse that they don't put themselves in a greater position. But at the same time, I think some of you are even just like protecting assets here, or protecting what you've built, which I don't think is a bad thing with the 9 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles. You then here have the 2 of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Swords. Okay. I will say, I wanted to say this in this column. The love timeline here is interesting in that maybe you've had to let go of someone from your past to really fully, like you fully had to close the cycle out, or really fully walk away from that situation, like to experience some new energy. And that sounds obvious, right? But like many times people will go from one relationship to another without fully processing something. Like that happens all the time. Like people jump in and out of relationships all the time. And I'm not judging you if that's what you've done, but this card is this reading is suggesting that maybe there's like you fully processed the ending of something here with the 3 of Swords, the 8 of Cups, the Ace of Cups. And that has now opened up a window for you to maybe meet somebody if that's what you're wanting to do. And the same is true if you're in this reading for like a business or a work timeline. Like, you fully let go of the old career. You fully let go of whatever, maybe something failed in the past. Guess what? You're allowed to fail. Now you're fully open and available and ready for this new start. With the 5 of Pentacles, I think that there's like a desire, or there's like a message here where, do you have a belief in yourself? Do you have a belief in yourself, particularly as it relates to new opportunities in money, in learning, in studying, in career? Do you have a belief in yourself? Because that's going to really carry you far. And with the 2 of Pentacles, there could be some potentially positive changes in money, but I do think that there are some changes here connected to your money and your resources. And maybe this is causing a little bit of stress. It's unclear whether it's good or bad. And what I mean by that is it's up or down, right? It's a decrease or an increase, because of the influence of the 5 of Pentacles, but also the influence of, say, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune. So it's kind of up in the air right now, which is what the 2 of Pentacles is about. On the bottom, you do have the Knight of Swords, which says, hey, it's time for you to go for it. It's time for you to charge forward and initiate. Let's see what is in the Kipper energies for you here, Pisces. All right. You have the Mature Woman, Marriage, Lovers, High Honor, Concern, Thoughts, and Wealthy Man. Marriage, Lovers, High Honor, Concern, Thoughts, Wealthy Man. This is a card associated with your investments. I do think that there's some like management or like tending to money situations here that some of you are doing. I think that you are in a really strong position for something new here with the high honor and the triple aces, actually the triple aces. And there may be something like in a long-term connection, something around a long-term connection, whether that's you starting a new one or letting go of an old one. Pisces, love this reading for you. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.